campus of Columbia University. A student connected to pro-Palestinian protests last year has been detained by ICE. This comes on the heels of President Trump announcing the university will be stripped of federal funds.
Mr. Khalil is a green card holder. Green card holders have rights. They just cannot be picked up in the way he has been.
Mahmoud Khalil says even though he holds a green card, ICE agents came and detained him last night, claiming that his student visa was being revoked. Well, his attorney says he doesn't have a student visa.
Justifying it based on an executive order that Trump issued that would authorize the DHS to use the Immigration Act to go after students who've protested.
Did you know that under the Constitution, green card holders have virtually all the same rights as citizens? Well, Trump's ICE doesn't seem to care. They just arrested and are trying to deport a Palestinian activist with a green card for attending a protest. The legal experts are freaking out because revoking a green card typically requires a hearing. You know, that pesky thing called due process that Trump hates so much. AOC and other lawmakers have condemned this move as a blatant violation of constitutional rights. But some Trump supporters are cheering it on, like it's normal to deport people for their political opinions. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Ever consider the ramifications for ICE officers who view the First Amendment as a proposal? Mahmoud Khalil is the epitome of the dreadful status of America under Trump. The facts are as follows. No dubious figure by the name of Mahmoud Khalil.
He is married to a U.S. citizen who also happens to be 8 months pregnant, and now she doesn't know where he's being held, and ICE won't tell her.
They're justifying it based on an executive order that Trump issued that would authorize the DHS to use the Immigration Act to go after students who've protested.
Or Department of Homeland Security, they actually can't revoke anyone's green card. You have to go through a court process, and that means that an immigration judge.
And it bears repeating where the government has a heavy burden to establish through clear and convincing evidence that the green card holder is deportable,
has infiltrated the country. He is a Columbia University graduate and a valid permanent resident. Why did he get it? In particular, through his American citizen wife, who is 8 months pregnant, the traditional path that Republicans frequently promote as the right way to legally join the nation. Apparently, that is no longer relevant. At the time of Khalil's ICE arrest, it was claimed that his student visa had been cancelled. The only problem? He showed them his green card with pride. If you were arrested on suspicion of having a lapsed learner's permit, it would be equivalent to showing a police officer a valid driver's license. It cannot be interpreted logically. Don't worry, things are going to get worse. These ICE thugs not only disregarded his legal status, but also threatened to arrest his 7-month pregnant American wife. Who would have the audacity to so blatantly threaten a pregnant woman? When you're following Trump's orders, I guess it's optional to be a genuine person with feelings. After Khalil was apprehended, ICE carried out their famous disappearance. Not even his lawyer knew where he was being held. After serving time in a jail in New Jersey, he suddenly found himself in Louisiana. They are causing constitutional liberties to vanish, as if they were pulling a bizarre magic trick, but instead of a rabbit. What horrible crime, then, did this green card holder commit? Remove him from his expectant wife.
Would have to revoke it, not an agent who's walking in the street haphazardly looking for anyone who may fit a profile that they're looking for and say, you know what, I'm gonna revoke your visa. That's not how this works.
Under one of the grounds of deportation in the Immigration and Nationality Act, the person should have been convicted of a crime, a deportable offense.
Donald Trump has said he wants to have foreign students deported and detained if they're seen as agitators in campus protests, and advocates say this is a very dangerous policy.
I don't believe Mr. Khalil has been convicted of such an offense, from what I know. You could also initiate deportation proceedings.
What terrible act served as the rationale for this? He was a spokesperson for the pro-Palestinian protests at Columbia University. I'm finished. He used free speech, the minuscule thing that the Constitution is supposed to protect. That document that Trump and his MAGA fans claim to love, unless it protects someone they hate. Furthermore, the government of Orange Turd isn't even making an effort to hide their activities. Acting as though they have just won the fascist Super Bowl, they are making a huge issue out of the fact that this is the first of many violations of fundamental liberties. The rate at which Trump is turning Make America Great Again into Make America a Police State Again is faster than a constitutional crisis. Legal professionals are going crazy over this case. They called it a slam dunk breach of his rights, and even went so far as to say that there is no way to arrest him because he has a green card and has not been charged with any crimes. In any case, Trump already faces 34 felony charges, so one more illegal arrest between friends won't affect him. All of this reflects Trump's immigration policies, breaking the law, upsetting families, and using government institutions for personal retaliation. Assume ICE agents were the most esteemed pupils at Donny Diaper's Academy for aspiring rulers. This means that while Trump regularly abuses his right to free speech on Truth Social, a lawful U.S. resident was essentially kidnapped by government officials.
The administration also announced Friday that it is cutting $400 million in grants and contracts for Columbia University.
To terrorist organization, which is what the Trump administration has been alleging. Let's assume that he has been solely involved in campus protests.
Because of what it says was its failure to thwart anti-Semitism on campus. We're live outside Columbia in Morningside Heights. Sonia Rincon, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
For Palestinian rights. That in itself should not constitute material support to terrorism. The government has a very high burden of proof.
For using the same privilege. It would be funny if the hypocrisy weren't so horrible. Keep in mind that Trump is being prosecuted for crimes in multiple states at the same time that this is happening. The best defense, in Trumpy's opinion, is to arbitrarily apprehend innocent people. It makes great sense if you're thinking about hamburger oil and spray tanning. Everyone assemble here. This is the United States of America in 2024, not North Korea or Russia, where voicing one's views may lead to deportation by Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE. Which part of this problem is the most twisted? The Orange Turd is being charged with 34 different crimes at the same time as Trump's goons are trying to deport people for exercising their First Amendment rights. Come together as we talk about rules for thee, but not for me. Since ICE has been targeting students and activists around the country, Khalil's situation is only one isolated instance. A chilling effect on free expression has been established. If that doesn't make you angry, check your pulse rate. Do you feel useful? Sign the petition, get in touch with your politicians, and share the message on social media to get Khalil released.